Hi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Aligning with Success. It is, what is it? It's March something, 11th, March 11th. And I've been away for a couple of weeks, and Ben has been my substitute. Has he been a good substitute?
Very good. Yes.
Yeah, he always
Excellent.
is. And I thank Ben for that. Yes, I have been enjoying some time in the sun. In fact, maybe I can share. How do I do this? Okay, I'll share my screen. And then I'll switch to the image on my screen, and you'll see where I was. So there are my girls walking on the beach. And I don't know if you can see that, but that's pink.
Not yet. Yeah,
You're not seeing that yet?
not yet. It
Let's try
says
that.
you started screen sharing.
I'll try again. Share my screen, share. And it's loading.
I see
There
it.
it is.
I see it. Yeah.
I can see it, Mike.
There you go.
Well,
Gorgeous.
Yeah, and there's Sophia, Savannah and Sophia. They're walking on a very pink sand beach. This is one of our favorite beaches on the island, but it's not the only one. But this is a more sprawling beach, and they actually run horses into the water on this beach
Where is
every
this?
single day. This is in
You're in
Barbados.
Barbados, are you, Mike?
I'm not now. I was.
No, I mean, you were? Yeah.
Yes. Our favorite island away from home, our home away from home. We used to live there, so that the girls and Michael, they just love being there. Anyway, we had a fantastic time, lots of celebrating, tons of amazing food, visiting with friends and neighbors, and anyway, some well-needed sun.
yeah.
That's for sure. And the ocean water there is so spectacular that the colors alone, as you see it go out from these greens to these azures to these blues, it's just mind-blowing. And when you're on the catamaran, which we were on one day, if you sit on the front of the catamaran as you're going through the water, you see all the flying fish jump out of the water and literally fly across the water. It's so cool to watch. And then snorkel with the turtles and the stingray and the fish. Anyway, it was what we love to do, especially as a family. So it was a real great experience. I got a little bit of a tan. I got a bit of a blister on my lips too, because I didn't actually protect my lips much. But other than that, I'm happy to be back, and really with quite a bang. We had our event Saturday, as most of you know, and most of you have. And I think it was a really great choreographed, coordinated event for all of us to participate in, to build up towards. And of course, now we're in the thick of it, because now comes all the follow-up, which is what I was going to focus on tonight, sharing with you what I'm doing as far as follow-up. So I wanted to give you some statistics, although I just got another customer. So I'm guessing my numbers are going up. In any event, yeah, looks like there's another customer. So I think it's all together. I'll give you my numbers anyway. So we had in attendance 38 in total, I believe was the number. That's what the picture indicates. And where are my stats? Here they are. And out of the 38, some of that was family who were beta testers. So I had a legit, and we're three of us contributing to that. Allison and Roberto, my two colleagues, and Nicky and Roberto primarily had a good group of people show, his 11 plus himself, 12. Allison had 2, and I had 17. That's if you take away my family from the equation, who were the beta testers. So I had 17 guests, and out of the 17 guests, I have 6, that could be 7, I haven't looked at the order, 6, possibly 7 orders, which, let's just go with 6. 6 out of 17 is what?
Third.
1/3. Yeah. So surprise, right? Now it's not over yet, of course, because a lot of people are still looking over the information, thinking about it, whatever. But that's why they say the fortune's in the follow-up. Now comes the follow-up. I'm going to mute 540. That's coming in and out, and it's a bit of an interruption. So if you're on telephone number 540 and you want to unmute when you want to say something, that's better. Anyway, so yeah, the fortunes in the follow-up. So today, being 48 hours later, and I wouldn't push it past today, I sent everybody in attendance my follow-up emails, and I have two types of emails. I hope you guys don't mind me jumping straight into this, because I just thought, let me be productive. I have two types of emails. So one email went out for the person who attended but didn't purchase, and the other email went out for the person who attended and purchased. They're very, very similar, only the verbiage is a little bit different. I need to bring them up on my screen. So let me just see if I've got, and I do, sent, and I'll show you my, I'll show you what I sent. That way it takes the guesswork out of it. So let me share my screen again. And you can sort of get an idea of what it's about. Think of it in terms of the principle of the matter, okay? So here's, these are the ones I sent to Leo, so he had a copy of what I sent. So first of all, the PowerPoint that I used, which is a slight revision to the PowerPoint that Niken shared with us for use in our in-home on Pink Day, I turned it into a PDF and shared that, which is this here, as a PDF of the PowerPoint. I also have the Q&A that Niken has circulated, and we've circulated on all the chats, so that the common questions and answers, these are the attachments. I took that little screenshot, or that little image that I think we've all seen and shared. That was the backdrop image that Niken was using. I put that and snuck it into the email, shrunk it down, so it's a nice little kind of a opener, because they'll be familiar with that. That was the image I used on my screen as well. It's part of the PowerPoint. And then I wrote, "Thank you for supporting our Pink Day launch of Niken's Pink Collagen Complex and helping to make it a great success. Should you choose to try the product," so I'm obviously speaking to someone who hasn't yet, I would be equally interested in your findings. The attachments are a recap and an invitation to connect and learn more. So what are the attachments here? I mentioned those ones. Now here are the links I used. I used the playback link that you saw today. So the playback of the live Zoom, in case they want to review it again, see it again. I added the link for tomorrow's Happy Life, Balanced Life, Happy Life. We're going to talk about that, why that is a strategy and why there could be a better one. But right now, that's the follow-up meeting that I had let them know about, and what was also engaged in the PowerPoint from Niken. So that's a quick link for them. And if they want to purchase, they can click on here and purchase, which takes them to my shopping cart. And as you can see down here at the bottom right is my ID number. So yours would have your ID number. This will take them straight to the shopping cart, right to the Pink Collagen product. Then I wrote, as mentioned, I would encourage you to track your Pink Collagen experience. As one of the first product users in North America, you would use this link to join the program. So I added that form that was the product experience form that Niken has shared with us to get them connected to Niken. So it kind of gives them, even though they haven't made a decision yet, it lets them know that it's not just a transaction. We're really interested in seeing results. We're really interested in working with them to generate results. That's why I included that. Please feel free to ask me anything, blah, blah, blah. So that's my email to somebody who did not purchase. My email to someone who did purchase has a slightly different, thank you for attending our Pink Day party. And again, same images, same attachment, and the verbiage is slightly different. Thank you for supporting our Pink Day launch collagen and helping to make it a great success. As well, thank you for your order. And if I know the order, like for instance, one person ordered 3 boxes. By the way, so I gave you my number was 1/3. 6 people purchased so far. but purchased 9 boxes in total. Some people purchase more than one. This particular person, or a particular person, ordered 3. So I would say, thank you for your 90-day order. I'm equally interested in your findings, as I'm sure you are. The attachments are a recap and invitation to connect more. And so it's the same information down below. Although here it says, I encourage you to track your collagen experience as one of the first product users. It doesn't say if you were. It doesn't talk about it in the future. I would encourage. So it's I encourage. So there you go. That's my follow-up so far. Now, I've also added a note to self that for every product user, 30 days out, if they were not introduced in this particular case, we didn't get into the auto ship program. It wasn't in the PowerPoint, and there wasn't any time given all the stuff that we had going that day to cover it. We wanted to get somebody to make a decision. And if they have to think about it and you give them too much to think about, they're not going to make a decision. So the follow-up in 30 days to those people who have purchased will be an introduction to auto ship and the benefits of auto ship. It's another opportunity for me to connect with them and gain that and give them that understanding. So and of course, as they start to receive their products, I'm going to be tracking their shipments so that I know when they receive them, I want to connect with them. So I'm looking at each of the people who purchased, and going forward, each of the people who purchase as beta testers, keeping in mind that they are among the first in North America to use these products, to use this product in particular. So I want them to feel that feeling. I want them to know that I'm interested and excited for them in terms of the application and the use of it. And I want to stay connected so that they feel the feeling of being connected, which was one of the main themes of our event, was to reintroduce people to live events and feel the connection again, which we talked about in our introduction, you know, how COVID had really severed a lot of these experiences and ties, and we're reconnecting and reestablishing that. So that's my strategy so far. It did not place a huge emphasis on the opportunity, although it was mentioned when we spoke of the 5 pillars. We talked about it, and I spoke a little bit, Roberto spoke a little bit, Allison spoke a little bit. We each had our why. We all spoke to our why, and our why included the idea that Nikken could be a lifestyle change, which included an opportunity for people financially. So it was a very, very soft approach to, there is an opportunity here. And then when the slide in Nikken's PowerPoint came up that talked about the Happy Life, Balanced Life presentation, that's when I reemphasized, if you'd like to know the whole Nikken story, the rest of the story, which encompasses total wellness, we're having an introduction. It's about a 35 minute presentation Tuesday night. I invite you to take a shot of this, which I left on the screen after we had our samples and so forth, that people could take a snap of it. But as you know, in the email I'm sending out, I didn't send them a QR code, I sent them the URL. So it's right there in the email. Click on this at 8:30 p.m. So that's what I'm doing to really maximize my connection with people and my follow-up with people, because you just don't know where those relationships could lead. One of the people that was a guest in my home, they have one of the largest pizza franchises in Canada. So most of you in Canada would know exactly who it is if I told you the catchphrase. So you know, there's some pretty influential people that were in this meeting, and they were one of the purchasers, by the way. So there you have it. By the way, just an FYI, and I know you guys all have testimonies. One of the things that I was surprised was 3 of the people who had testimonies of my beta testers talked about their knees. Some improvement in their knees, it seems. So the fact that it was more than one was rather interesting. What else did I hear? Energy and better sleep. That was 2 of the comments that I heard. I don't know if it was the better sleep that gave more energy or what, but that was another thing that came up. the question of whether or not they saw a significant change in their face was yet to be seen. So the 3 weeks that they had been using them, 3.5 weeks, wasn't enough for them to notice, but I don't know if they were comparing that to their before after pictures. But that's what I got, and I'm pretty happy with these results. And I know that this is the beginning of something, because it was the easiest. I actually had to turn people away. I'm not kidding you. I was getting to be what do you call it? We had those that are confirmed and then those to be confirmed. And I was telling everybody, guys, we are at capacity. If we don't confirm them, I'm really quite all right with that. We are totally at capacity. We had more people than we had chairs. We had more people than I had assigned food. So it was like, you don't ever want to put on the brakes, but I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed that we might actually have too many people. Anyway, so it worked out perfectly. We're very thrilled with the results. How about you? Tell us about, anybody want to jump in and share? Yeah, Barbara. Or have a question, by the way.
I haven't been on it long enough to experience anything myself, Mike, but I've been on a number of follow-up meetings, and the common denominator is deeper sleep. Even though they're on the sleep system, they've had deeper sleep, uninterrupted sleep, so they're not even having to get up to the washroom in the night. Ease of comfort in the knees. And when they awaken in the morning, they're more energetic. And everybody here knows Ruth Lowe, and she's been babysitting her granddaughter and giving the parents a break with a new baby. And she said she was climbing jungle gym equipment that's about 20 feet off the ground, going up and back down with absolutely no effort, something that she hadn't been able to do before. And it suddenly dawned on her when she was at the top one day, oh my gosh, I got all the way up here and it didn't take any effort. So, and she's been on it about 2 months. As far as facial changes, there have been some comments about some wrinkle reduction, but what's been noticed most is in the neck. Some people call it turkey neck, but the neck appears tighter. And also there's been a lessening of uneven tone on the skin. The skin is more consistently toned and looking healthier. So those are the comments thus far that I've been hearing from people that have been on it for at least 30 days or more.
Cool. Thank you for that. Awesome. Connie.
There we go. I so love the live events. The energy, you just can't get away from the energy that you get from doing something live. And I, like you, I had kind of figured 15 that were going to come to mine, and there were 18 there. I got 7 orders, from different people, 3 new customers, which was really great. And I tried to kind of frame it around the 5 pillars. I did talk about that a little bit, and, healthy body and all that. And of course, being a fitness trainer, I get a few people in a room and we're going to do a few, little exercises or something. So we did it all. And we had healthy family and healthy mind, learning, healthy family. I had family there. It was a great kick, and it seems to have drawn other orders of different things, sleep system and something else, that people were interested in. And we're all looking forward to it. We're going to get together again in 30 days for a kind of an update on everybody's face. was great. Nikan did a great job too with the video.
They did, and content that was really good. They
Yes.
and they kept it on time. That was even better. All right, thank you. Anyone else?
I just ordered the single box because I don't have anybody close to me, Mike, but I'm gonna beta test the collagen drink shortly as soon as it arrives.
Okay, good for you. Good on you. And by the way, in my audience, there were quite a few men. That was also surprising. I knew my brother-in-law was coming. I didn't know all these other guys were coming. So that was really nice, a nice surprise. And my demographic age was from mid-20s on up to my age and above. So a great wide demographic as well, which tells me something, guys. This is from a marketing point of view. We have a product that really hits home and everybody seems to be curious and interested in. And it's not that Nikan doesn't have that already going for it, but it's an easy, low-hanging fruit, something that some people are naturally curious and attracted to without having to explain too much, without having to speak woo-woo or anything like that, which is a great door-opening conversation. And that's what's been really, really needed to help us get the engine kick-started. Barbara.
I had just a very small group. I couldn't have it in my own home, and one of my customers opened her home for me to hold the event at her place. So several people came and were friends. One lady responded to a posting I put on our local calendar, and she was quite curious. And so we had a lot of lively discussion, but something that I did, because they were asking, the one lady that was a guest, she'd been on collagen before, so she had quite a few questions. And as a result of that, I muscle tested everybody and explained the purpose behind the muscle testing. So that really drove it home that their bodies were saying that they could benefit from the collagen. They all liked the taste, thought it was a nice, mild, fruity flavor. And there was something else I was going to mention, and now it slipped my mind. It'll come to me, and I'll come back if it comes to me in time. But it was the muscle testing that really got their attention. And so they were going to, she was going to go home and muscle test the product that she had from Costco to see how she responded to it in comparison to the pink collagen. And they all went home with collagen.
Cool. Maggie.
Yes, we had a small and mighty group, and we muscle tested too. Bruce Black was with us, and he brought some collagen from Costco, which was in a tablet form. So we put that in a glass, and even the next day it was still a pellet, right? So because it didn't dissolve at all, we sort of surmised that it wasn't very effective, and it muscle tested very weak, and ours muscle tested strong. I had three guests there. Two of them ordered, and the only reason the third one didn't order is she's vegan and it has fish scales, so she couldn't order it for herself. But it was a very successful event, and the people who couldn't come, and our demographic was from mid-20s to late 80s. And so the people that couldn't come, I followed up and offered them a chance to come either, I'll have another small group one or individually so that they could experience it as well. So I think I'm going to have some results from that to follow up with people. And yeah, I just want to have a shout out to my son who arrived on Friday to help me put up the crepe paper and the balloons, because he's 6'3" and I didn't have to stand on a ladder. So that was good.
And congratulations again, Maggie. Maggie has a new silver on her team last month, who I don't know if we've had a chance for all of you to meet her, but we'd love to meet her again. Maybe you can invite her to next week's call and we can get a little bit of a story from her.
Yeah, she's traveling at the moment, so she won't be back in Atlanta until I guess the end of this week. So I will invite her on the call. She'll also be on the Seiko Kai being recognized as a silver. And it's interesting because Western Canada is hosting the Seiko Kai. So that's really appropriate that she gets recognized. And Michael, she's so grateful that she won the draw for the $500 birthday gift from you. So she was stunned and so happy.
That's
She
cool.
said, that's good because I just ordered another sleep system, she said.
Oh, good, good, good. So just an FYI, what Maggie's referring to is I ran an incentive last month in honor of my birthday, my 60th, and people could participate by having a new customer who did a minimum of 100 points. That would get them one ticket, one draw ticket. If they had if they sponsored somebody who had more than 100 points, they would get 2 draw tickets per person. And for every 500 group volume, so in increments of 500, they would get a draw ticket. And Maggie was the number one person with draw tickets of, I think it was 22.
Yeah.
And Joan, her new silver, had 16 draw tickets, and then it went down from there. And they were all mixed up and whatever, and then they drew the ticket. And of course, the increased probability of somebody who's got multiple tickets happened to come through, and that was Joan. So that's how that worked. Paul.
Hey, Mike. So my business is spread out all over, and there were several party packs that came through, and some boxes. But we just getting geared up for not just this pink party, but subsequent ones. Took quite a bit of rearranging of furniture, a new TV, getting all that set up. So we had us and a consultant who I think he's going to get a party pack also. I sure hope they still keep selling them, because I anything pack I like. So we geared up mostly psychologically for this one, but we intend to start working locally in addition to the other work that we do that isn't local. So it was really a huge encouraging push for us to get back into in-person events, even though this one didn't have as many as we would have liked, but we noticed the big change in us, and I think that's the most important thing.
Agreed. Thanks for mentioning that. And by the way, so with respect to follow-up, you know, one of the things that we're going to be discussing tomorrow on our NFL exec call with Luis and Alejandra will be a business strategy going forward. We feel that they announced the packs late Saturday. I would have preferred they had given us that information before the launch, because then we could speak more to the business and offer people the opportunity to purchase the packs. Regardless, this was consider this official, not March 9th, the official kickoff of the launch of this product in North America. But it's a new product, and it's going to be new for quite a while. So I don't see why we wouldn't set a protocol for having Pink Day product launches every month, maybe 2 a month. Maybe they won't be as elaborate as your March 9th one was, because it's the official kickoff. But quite frankly, this is what we're doing. We're kicking off the introduction of a product into the marketplace, and to now follow through on that and say, okay, who are the customers? Because now you have an audience that, with their proactivity, which means they could host their own launch, or you could encourage them to host a launch if they were a guest. You now have an outlet. You now have their warm market and the invites that they could then subsequently give And of course, if you've got some happy customers in the next 30 days or in the next 45 days, they're going to be much more inclined to want to do that. So part of your follow-up strategy would be that. What I want to discuss with Nikan is how we can incentivize that, how we can make it a talking point, so that much like the March 9th was a talking point, a business launch could be a talking point for somebody who's now engaged with the product as a consumer that could then quickly upgrade and become a consultant. So that is going to be a conversation of my meetings tomorrow, and hopefully we're going to move in that direction. Now, one of the comments that I got back from a good friend of ours who happened to write this book and is aware of what we're doing, he had suggested that we really focus on that front end of the plan, that front end of the how to introduce somebody in a duplicatable way with with simplicity would be to focus on the pink collagen, period, coupled with the water, because the water is how you get it in your body. That would be the door opener, and not to transition quickly to the other products. He feels that if you can run your engine, your ramp up engine, your business engine, where they could achieve at least senior with that new pack, with the new collagen as the feature, then they will have replicated. They will have joined and replicated, and now you have a duplicatable system for replication of a product that has quite a lot of appeal and easy to introduce. Then comes the follow-up, an invitation to learn more about the bigger Nikan story, which then introduces the other categories, and the whole concept of the wellness home gets flushed out over time and not in an instant. It's something that they're drawn into as they become more involved and more interested in Nikan, but you don't distract from a focus where the product introduction and duplication is. Remember, what kills duplication is complexity. And so we need to eliminate complexity, make it very simple for people to say yes and to get involved with the products, make it very simple for people to say yes and get involved with sharing the products through the opportunity. And so, and then comes the ongoing enrollment into the philosophy, the business culture, the other products and so forth. That's an ongoing participation rather than just an event. So it's an interesting interesting problem to solve, but I think it makes a whole lot of business sense, because right now our focus is expansion. We want to attract as many people as possible, not just to a product, but to join the Nikan community. And so make it as easy as possible and simple as possible to replicate is the key. Anyway, it's 9:34. Any other questions or comments?
I have one, Mike. The lady who opened her home for me to have our event there is a customer, and now she's considering upgrading to be a consultant because she sees the merits of the collagen, and she already has the water. She has the sleep system. She went to be a customer when it was going to cost $89 to renew her membership, and she just didn't have it at the time, so decided just to become a customer, and has considered to order her water filters as a customer. But now that those rules have changed, she's decided that she may have a few friends that would like to join her in the business, because the joining fee is less, the renewal fee is less, and the opportunities are much greater for a senior living on pension. So she's looking at it a whole different way.
It is a natural migration. In fact, one of the things that Richard often talked about when he was promoting this book, and one of the key people who has been a strong advocate of this book, turned to his customer base and said, since you love the product so much, how would you like to get the product for free? And if you like free, what was the other comment? If you like free, I can show you how you can get more free. So that was like free would be sharing the products, and then more free would be, the bigger part of the opportunity. So it's a soft approach to a happy customer. That's what this book does, is it's an education for a customer to turn into a business builder, potential business builder. So that strategy is a strategy that works. Some of the growth opportunities out there, the companies that are growing the fastest are applying that strategy, where they're turning customers into advocates, into business builders. It's a three-prong approach. So you're going to see that strategy unfold as soon as Niken gives us the IT that they're working on right now. There will be 3 ways of enrolling in Niken: as a preferred customer, as an affiliate, and as an entrepreneur. That's the direction we're going in. So it will create a path for greater involvement rather than being black or white. There's a bit of gray in there. And not everybody's ready to take a leap into a business entrepreneurship if they're not really, and there's a lot more people that are timid about becoming an entrepreneur. So we've got to create a space for that group. And that's a lot more people than entrepreneurs. So this is where we're going.
Is that the Richard Bliss Brook?
Yes. Yes.
What's the name of the book?
The book I'm talking about is The 4-Year Career.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that book is like I said, it's an education for somebody who doesn't quite understand the power of duplication. And for a customer who loves a product, to learn about the power of duplication for the product they love is a powerful mechanism. So if we could generate a business model for the Pink Collagen product for our new customers, that's the next step. That is a next logical step for somebody who really loves the product and wants to share the product to earn a bit of an income, or to get their product free is the actual vernacular. They may not want to earn an income, but they have no objection to getting their product for free. Who wouldn't want their products for free? A product that you love and you have it on ownership. Hello. So this is the soft transition into somebody becoming an advocate.
His
I
wife's
love
book too is
introducing-
also very
Well,
good.
2
at
people. Hang
explaining
on.
the business.
Hang on. One
Sorry.
of you at a time. Mary Ellen?
Yeah, I love the idea of introducing people to the affiliate part of this, because it's a softer, it's an easier thing for people who are timid about the idea of building a network.
Mhm.
And if we can find a way for people who are affiliates to capture names and contact information for their customers, I think it's a gentle way to build more awareness and introduce the community, because I just think people who are afraid of network marketing or going into business could understand how they could be affiliates.
Precisely. Yeah. Leo.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Yes. Can I share with you what I discussed with my group?
Yes, please.
Okay, my strategy we find with Elise this afternoon, right? For Avid collagen free. You see that? I have a number. Okay. If a customer buy a sell on my webpage, he pay $90 with tax and shipping is $129.68, right?
Yep.
Okay. If I buy for me, 72 plus tax and shipping, 111.68, right? But if you bought, that's what I did with Elise this afternoon. She's got to buy the business pack.
The 5, yeah, the business pack.
She got to pay $451.29, and I say on my group tonight, I said, do you like to have your collagen free plus money in your pocket? How you do that? It's simple. You find 4 customers around your house, and you buy 5, and you say to your new customer, Normally, you have to pay 129,000.
129.68, yeah.
Yeah, give me $100 and it's for you. Box.
100?
Yes, just for special.
Okay,
She's received $500,
right.
And we have on the box 5 of that. If the
Right.
people, she don't want to pay $100, give me $20 for that. She receive another $100, 500, but she pay 451. She's on the pocket closed at $50 plus box free.
There you go. There's your business model. All right. So that's a great strategy. That's something that could actually be presented in a presentation.
Yes.
And
But-
that,
Yeah, that's what I thought after you tonight. You said, I said, okay, you can go. I have to talk to my group. And they're so excited because Elise, she's going to do that. You know, Mario is my team. He's
Yeah.
a hairdresser.
Yeah.
He loved that. He loved that trick. He just bought a box for the.
speaking of which, I forgot to mention this. My sister said she's noticed a very big difference in her hair. So speaking of your hairdresser, yeah.
Yeah, he loved it. He got to do that. He got to buy a business box, and he's not on the bill. He's not the bill of business for now, but good retailer. And he find my ID brilliant because he said it's mine. It's free. Of course, it's free. You give it to your customer. Give me a Dropbox. Buy. And if you want another box later, now you expand your ownership. You know what I'd say tonight? Later, or you can come new consultant. You have a pay less, and you have ownership, etc. But for now, it's time to build the new customer. With give me
Right.
$100. You say $30. Give me 100. Thank you. And 20, he received 500 on a buck. He just paid 451. You have, and how a box is free. That's great, eh? What do you think?
I think it's a great idea.
I gotta rate it, Mike, and I share to you.
Okay.
But
I'd
Thank
like
you.
to see it
Yeah.
written down in
yeah, I gotta rate
clear
it.
Here,
terms so that
let
I
me
understand it.
recap. I'll recap.
Yeah,
So if your consultant buys a business pack, what's in the business pack is 5 boxes, 5 month supply boxes, and 5 samples.
Yeah.
The samples have, where is it? Where's the sample? The
5
samples have
sachets.
5 sachets. I had a sample up here.
yeah,
So yeah. So that's 5 that they can sell, right? There it is. 5 samples that they can sell for $20 each if they're not willing to buy the whole box. But he's suggesting if a customer, so I'm a consultant, I go out and find 4 customers. I offer the customer a box at $100, which is a $29 in Canada, $29.68 savings. Why? Because if I bought it in Canada, it's $90 plus tax plus shipping. Turns out to once $29.68.
Yeah.
But so I'm saving the customer $30. They buy it from my inventory, $100 per. They're happy. I'm happy. I have 4 customers. But how many boxes did I get in my pack? 5. I keep 1 for myself. That's my freebie. So far I've sold 4 boxes for $100. I've earned $400. Plus, I'm selling my samples to the customer that doesn't want to buy a box but wants to try it. $20 times 5 is $100. So my business box is worth $500 in this scenario. 4 boxes at 100, 5 sample packs at 20 each, totals $500. So I've taken in $500 in earnings. My box cost me in Canada $451.29. So I'm up $49. So I'm up $49, $48.71. I'm up in cash. Plus I got a free box. So I got my product for free plus 49 bucks. I can do
And-
that. How many? I can do that every month.
And more because you receive silver 20%.
Yes. So more cash because you get the bonus on that box
Yes.
of $451 that you paid. You get a bonus on that box, depending on your rank, from 5 to 20% rebate on the CV. So additional cash. Not a bad way to, if you're a small business owner, like a hairdresser, that's another thing that they put on display. They talk to their people and they're generating sales on the spot. How many of you go to a hairdresser? How often does your hairdresser sell you product or try to sell you product? For me, it's every time because I got a really good hairdresser. And it's not a bother. He's doing me a service. He's showing me things that he thinks I should have, or he's asking me if I need a replenishment on. I have no problem with him asking. I can always say yes. I can always say no. I'm one of those people who I'm not afraid of salespeople. So this is an offer that they can make. They can make this offer to other customers as another product because collagen is a huge thing when it comes to hair. Anyway, good strategy, Leo. Good idea. I'm going to add that to my conversation tomorrow with Niken. Final comment, Barbara.
Thanks, Mike. When you mentioned hair, there have been many comments about people's hair feeling healthier, feeling thicker, and less hair loss. I
Okay.
can't remember if I mentioned that before or not, but that comment's come up about 3 different times now.
Nice. And how much do people pay for hair to keep their hair looking whatever? So that's awesome. That's really good news.
Fingernails too.
Yes, that's another one. So now I heard testimonials on fingernails.
Debbie Jones tonight on Sherry Danzig's call says for the first time in her life, she has fingernails and they were all beautifully manicured. And people have thought that they were fake. And she said, no, they're my own. They're not fake. But she said, now I can go to have my nails done by a manicurist. But they were her own real nails. And she was so excited.
That's
She
awesome.
said she was a girly girl now.
Yeah, exactly. Girly girl. That was a great comment.
Awesome.
And
Yes,
that's
Paul.
recorded too, so you can
I
hear
have
it.
one more approach with the right person. They don't necessarily know it yet, but I give you a box, you go silver. And I know that this thing is so exciting that can happen with many people. I mean, this is all good, but I don't really like dealing with, small amounts of dollars and stuff. I mean, there can be a strategy where this is so good that people get excited and they stay forever.
Well, the strategy, Paul, is if you look at I've had to change the name of this because we need to be with compliance on this, but here it is. There's a thing we call cash flow engine. This image, let me pin myself. We're renaming it to, which is reminding me, I've got homework, which is the customer engine. So essentially what happens is there's an initial product that gets somebody involved with Niken, whether it's a power band, an insole, whatever, waterfall. That's not the end of the story if we do this right. If we do this right, it's an ongoing progression of consumption and expansion into the consumer line, into the product line. So if we do this right, the wellness home is the agenda for product. And there's just the initial point of interest, what got them on into the start of this process. So right now what we have is something that's highly attractive to a very large number of people, making the entry point much, much more tangible, and therefore we can expand our audience quickly. But what are we expanding our audience into? Wellness homes. We're not losing sight of that. We have a strategy concerning that. You got to get them in the door before you get them through the house. So get them in the door. And this strategy with the pink collagen seems to be the easiest one we've had in a long time. So we're going to run with it. And there you
Mike, I
go.
have a quick question before you wrap up. To your knowledge, are we continuing to keep the collagen pink complex kits, the party kits? Are they available indefinitely?
I do not know the answer to
Okay.
that question.
Okay.
It makes sense if we're going to host product launches like this, that we would. And I'll mention that in my conversations with Nikan tomorrow, because I think it's a good idea as a strategy.
Yes.
For having those packs and kits available to get somebody started. There should be a party pack. There should be a launch pack of that sort.
Jeff
So,
mentioned on his call Thursday night, Mike, that for now, the party packs, there's no cutoff date for the party packs.
cool.
They were going to keep them available, and that was on last Thursday night's call.
So, I
Thank
mean,
you,
if everybody that we sign in host their own launch, again, this is the starting point of a launch strategy. This is how we onboard somebody. We onboard somebody into a launch strategy. And then, of course, once they're in, they become like all of us, consumers of Nikan, which includes all the other products that they're going to be exposed to. I have one more comment and we'll wrap. Oh, Sue, you have your hand up.
I just wanted to say that after Saturday and being so busy all day and on my feet and whatever, and I took my very first pink collagen on Saturday morning, and I thought I would be real achy the next day. I had no pain. I don't know if it can work that fast. I don't know if my body needed whatever was in the pink collagen, but these last several days, I have no aches at all.
Nice. It's nice to be ache-free.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if ache is a word that falls into that compliance issue. I know pain is, but we could be ache-free and use that language maybe. Last thing, Kenko Kai. Does everybody, what's the date on the Kenko Kai this month? Can somebody remind me? I'm Kenko Kai. I'm thinking Seiko Kai. Thank you so much. Seiko Kai.
I think it's the 19th. No, it's
No.
23rd.
27th, I
23rd.
think.
23rd.
23rd.
23rd,
Okay.
yeah.
So make a note. 23rd is Seiko Kai, the 23rd of March. So what do we know about Seiko Kai? What's the value of Seiko Kai in this production of building our Nikan business? It's where people get to connect with more of the storyline, the business storyline. So don't forget, Seiko Kai is an opportunity to invite new consultants to connect with the bigger storyline and integrate them into our culture and philosophy. So that's how you play this out. Now you should have some people to bring to the next Seiko Kai. All right. And with that in mind, sounds like we have the making of a business going on here. This is cool. All right, everybody, have a great week and look forward to hearing your stories. Remember, those stories are gold. So make sure you pay attention to your customers. Get their stories, get their video stories, get their nail stories, their hair stories, their wrinkle stories, their chin stories. You get those stories. Those stories are gold. All right. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Mike.
Hey, boy.
Thank you.